Welcome back to Spartanburg, South Carolina. For the show, One Bills Live, John Murphy, Steve Tasker, and a special guest, brand new Bills defensive end Sam Acho is with us. Just signed to the roster on Sunday. Here with the team already. That's been a whirlwind couple of days for you, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah, without a doubt. I got a call on Friday, and I was on a flight on Saturday morning at 7 a.m., and I flew into Orchard Park, had a physical on Saturday afternoon, a workout Sunday morning, and a couple hours later, I was on the field practicing with the team. So it's been, and then now I'm here in Carolina getting ready to play the Panthers.
You had a nice stint, a couple, 3-4 years in Arizona. Now the last 3 or 4 years in Chicago. You're part of Chicago's ability to kind of turn it around. You were there with the head coach before Hagee, and I can't remember
Nagy, Matt Nagy, John Fox.
John Fox.
So I was in Arizona for 4 years. I got drafted there, played 4 years there. I was a part of a turnaround there with when Bruce Arians came in and went to the playoffs, and I went to Chicago for 4 years, part of a turnaround there when we had Coach Fox for the first 3 years, and last year we had Matt Nagy and went to the playoffs. So I've been a part of some really good teams.
Yeah, and you said, I was asking you as we came up, you've been here like what? It's not even 72 hours, right? I mean,
right.
So tell me about the vibe, how the players interact, the locker. I mean, this isn't even a regular locker room, but certainly the atmosphere around the team, the vibe of the team, the personality of the team. What do you see?
Yeah, no, it was an easy decision just to come here, just because you look at what they're building here as a team and as a defense, the culture with Coach McDermott. It's just it's a great vibe.
How would you describe that culture? What do you see in a couple of days here?
I see a winning culture is what I see. I see a winning culture, a team that's more about the sum of its parts than about individuals, and that's one thing that you don't always see.
Sam Acho, our guest Bills defensive end, just signed to the roster on Sunday of this week. He's here to get ready to play against. You'll play, I would think, Friday night in Carolina.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
And they got you as like an edge guy, right? Because you've played some linebacker in your background, right?
Yeah, I've played. I started off as a defensive end. Pretty much my whole life. Played linebacker the last couple of years, and so obviously you've done a lot of both. So it's good to be playing defensive end.
So are you more comfortable with your hand off the ground?
Well, it's funny because growing up, I was a defensive end pretty much my whole life.
Right.
And then they got drafted to the Cardinals. It was a 3-4, so I had to learn how to stand up and figure that whole thing out. And it was always one of those things where we want to put our hands in the dirt, and coach would say, stand up, stand up. And now I get that opportunity to put my hand back in the dirt. And so I'm getting more comfortable with it and doing it more.
Okay, so something that Sean McDermott has talked about, this is his third year here, and he's talked about guys who have certain DNA. So he sees, Sam Acho comes available from the Chicago Bears, and MBA, you've got your degree in business. You speak 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Igbo. You do a multitude of programs and efforts and initiatives off the field, and both in Chicago, and you did it in Arizona as well. Did that DNA, did he talk to you about that when they came to you? That had to be at the top of their list.
Yeah, well, he didn't even have to talk about it. You could see it when you walk into the building. There's nothing to even talk about. You see it when you walk in with everything, all the signage on the walls, even the way they do things. It's a first-class organization. And so, like I said, it was a very, very easy decision to come here. It was just a great fit. You think about organizations that stand for something. I saw that my last year in Chicago with Coach Nagy. I saw that my last couple years in Arizona with Bruce Arians. And once you see that, it's hard to say no.
Right.
Sam, 4 years after you got out of Texas, you decided to get an MBA. What are you looking for that MBA? Where did you go, and what are you going to do with that MBA?
Yeah, so it wasn't 4 years. It was actually the year after I graduated. So I graduated. I got won the Campbell Trophy. It's Academic Heisman Trophy. Had a $20,000 or $25,000 postgraduate scholarship that you had to use within 2 years.
Oh, okay.
And so
the clock was ticking.
The clock was ticking. So I finished off my rookie season, played really well, had 7 sacks, and was the starter of the team. And I felt like I had this whole NFL thing kind of figured out, at least scheduling and et cetera. And so after my second year, I went in the offseason, started off my MBA, and it took 4 years only because and there's a good reason. So I was going to finish it in about hopefully a year and a half.
Yeah, you had a full-time job.
Well, no, not even that. I got married. So I met my wife, and then we got married one off season. Then we had kids, and then so that kind of slowed down the process. So I finished it after 4 years.
Now, did you go back to Texas to get it?
No, I went to the Thunderbird School of Global Management. So I was playing in Arizona with the Cardinals, and the Thunderbird School of Global Management, it's actually the #1 international business MBA in the world, and it was located in my backyard in Glendale, Arizona. Yeah. And so I would actually drive from our workouts in the morning in the off season, drive to class, take class all day, and go back do the workouts.
Wow.
And it was it's a part of Arizona State now, but it just made sense. I love international. I love business. I love understanding new people and cultures and bringing things together. So it was another perfect fit.
Do you have plans for that degree, to use that degree post-football?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I want to play as long as I can, but for me it was just more about the relationships. I got a chance just in March. I was in South Korea speaking at an event with one of my friends who I went to undergrad with, or went to this MBA program with. And so I love, my family, we do international medical mission work in Nigeria. I was in Guatemala with a group called International Justice Mission, trying to fight sex trafficking and human trafficking, et cetera. And so some of those skills that I learned in my MBA, I'm using not only off the field, but also just the intelligence, the knowledge, the studying, the people skills, the teamwork. You use that in football as well.
I'll tell you, Sam Acho, the citizen of the world, really. I mean,
there it is. Global. That's what we called ourselves at Thunderbird, global citizens. So
there you go.
I'm a global citizen.
There you go. Now, okay, so you've got this, and you do fit in a large measure to the DNA, what the kind of human being they want in this building, helping these guys, helping this team win games. So let me ask you this: you gonna play Friday? I mean,
yeah, without a doubt.
Right.
Yes.
So that's
another. So
that's the here and now.
Exactly. So the here and now is every single day going and proving yourself. Coach talks about all the time. You have to prove yourself. You have to earn it every day. And so these last few practices, I've been trying to do my best to earn it. And then obviously in the game on Friday, I'm really excited about getting a chance to go out there and make plays.
Right. Over your 8 years in the league, you must have done this joint practice thing before.
Yeah.
How does it work for you? What do you think of it? What do you get out of it?
Well, I think coaches, I can tell you what coaches get out of it. They get a chance to evaluate other teams. They get a chance to see other players and see how you stack up against a different player. Usually in training camp, you're going against the same guys over and over and over again, and it kind of gets a little bit old. Well, now you get a chance to compete against guys who you haven't competed against. That was different for me this year because I wasn't in training camp for the first few weeks, so I wasn't going against these guys over and over. I don't think I've even gone against these guys yet.
Okay.
So,
that's right.
So anyways, yeah, that's I think the benefit. That's the benefit of joint practice.
You mentioned your family. You and your wife have 3 children, right? 2 boys and a girl?
Yep.
Are you planning on moving everybody up to Western New York?
That would be the plan. Obviously, it's like I said, I've been here for like 2 days, 2.5 days, and so trying to figure everything out. But that would be the plan.
And any trepidation about the weather? I mean, you're from Texas, played in Arizona. You did a couple of winters in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean the same time span. I played in Arizona. I played in Chicago, so I played 4 years in Chicago, and my last 4 years were in Chicago, and so Buffalo's not too much different.
Yeah, no, Buffalo won't be as cold as Chicago.
Exactly. They say Buffalo's warmer. So this is actually the summer.
But
you'll get summertime for me.
Yeah, but you'll get more. You'll get more snow.
So me and my kids can build more snowmen.
Yeah, it'll be fun for a while. Believe me.
Yeah.
It always is. That first snow. This first snow of the winter is the best.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, the 10th snow's not so much.
What's your best way to make this roster, Sam? What do you have to do?
Just make plays. Simple, make plays when you're out there. That's our job as defensive ends, defensive linemen. You got to affect the quarterback, make plays, period. So, simple.
Go get it.
Thanks,
Go
man.
get it, man. Thanks for coming on with us. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you seeing you. Great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you as well.
Sam Acho, Bills defensive end, joining us.